Inside the 20 by 20 is a dynamic wrestling podcast offering fans a comprehensive recap of the week's top matches, promos, and angles from WWE, AEW, and beyond. With new episodes released every Monday morning, this podcast provides wrestling fans with a perfect start to their week, offering insights and analysis to prepare them for the upcoming wrestling action. Inside the 20 by 20 is a GDP production and brought to you by the TCR Network. Go to tcrnetwork.co for more information. What's going on, everybody? This is Inside the 20 by 20, episode 2. And here we are with your boy, Mike Gambino, Cross 718, and...
It's me, it's GDP. What up?
Waiting for.
What up? Episode 2, I can't believe we made it. So far, so good.
We survived.
Thank you guys for all your amazing feedback on episode 1, of course. We look for all the comments and the reviews. We have gotten a few, and we have gotten a couple of reposts on Twitter and on Instagram. So appreciate all the love.
Hell
and
yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. We got a lot of things going on. Champ, let's roll into a couple of the TCR network happenings.
Oof. All right. So this Tuesday night, TCR Network presents Tuesday Night Titans. It's on 4/23 this Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we have a jam-packed card. So what we do is, for all you guys who do know or you don't know, for all you guys who don't know, now you're gonna know. Sorry. We do WWE 2K24. We've been doing this since 2K19. We got custom wrestlers. We got banging cards every week. And every person that's in the card is a custom character where they are actual viewers or other streamers or other, content creators that talk smack to one another in the chat. You can't have, so it's just a blast in general. It's a couple of hours on a Tuesday night. And you check it out on either tcrnetwork.co or my Twitch channel, Gambino Era.
That's right. And if you actually come in, participate in the chat, become a part of the community, you can actually get your own wrestler into the Fed, like Gambino said, and compete at the pay-per-views. And it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of laughs. We have a great time every Tuesday night.
There's nothing better than talking trash to Gambino. And then all of a sudden he makes a comeback and actually wins the match. As people who tuned in last week saw.
Yo, is it rigged? I don't know.
It might not be, but it might be as well. You never know.
But you know what? You get to reenact.
We're kidding.
Yeah, it's not rigged at all. But you get to be, you get to be a wrestler and you get to cut promos.
Yeah, cut promos on people. We also have the Discord page. If you guys are watching on YouTube any clips right now, if you're watching this clip on YouTube right now, there is a QR code at the bottom right-hand side of your screen that you can click onto and get all of our links. Obviously, we're Inside the 20 by 20 everywhere on all social media. Spotify, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Apple Podcasts, TikTok, YouTube, whatever, you name it, we're on there. So give us a follow and
like, subscribe, and comment.
Like, subscribe, comment. We also have, obviously, tcrnetwork.co. You can get some merch on tcrnetwork.co. Buy a t-shirt. Cross is sporting that nice TCR t-shirt with the classic logo on there, right there.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
Post it up, tag me, get a repost.
The more we support, the bigger we'll grow, and we'll get some more merch up there, and maybe some Inside the 20 by 20 merch pretty soon.
Oh, it's coming. We're working on it. We are working on that.
It's in the pipeline. It's in the pipeline, everybody.
That it is.
So guys, I think that was pretty good chit chat for the beginning. We're gonna dive right into AEW and all of their go-home shows before the big pay-per-view, which is taking place as we record this in the next 45 minutes or so. It starts up, I believe, and that is AEW Dynasty. Stick around. We'll be right back with our recap of all the AEW events from this week coming up next on Inside the 20 by 20.
The TCR Network presents the Tuesday Night Titans, Twitch's longest running event. Come check us out every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. live on Twitch, where we have the hardest hitting eFed of all time. If you want to join in on the action, please check us out at tcrnetwork.co.
Welcome back inside the 20 by 20. Your AEW recap for this week starts off, of course, with AEW Dynamite. It is the last AEW Dynamite before Dynasty. Coming to you live from Indianapolis, Indiana, Indiana's Farmers Coliseum. Total attendance, 3,000 people for the live TV taping of your go-home show. Yeah, it's tough. So there was a couple different things that happened before this show that of note for AEW, namely Jon Moxley becoming the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. And obviously that he brings that now over to Dynasty every Wednesday night. So that's pretty cool. What'd you guys think of Jon Moxley getting that chip?
So it didn't take long for the for the Shield to not have a world championship. Yeah. You know, like people were like, "Oh, it's been 5 years since the Shield, didn't hold a title, whatever." But congrats to Mox. I'm a Moxley fan.
Yeah. I mean, but Seth Rollins was champion, Roman was champion. They lose their belts, and now Moxley has a belt. So what's the problem?
No, that it was that they said that it was the first time. It was like a week. You know how fickle wrestling fans are. If it's like a hiccup somewhere, they're gonna say something about it.
The reign was mostly Roman.
Yeah,
and he was barely there.
1,300 days. That's a pretty long reign. Well,
Can we count the days he showed up?
I'm sure someone has.
I mean, he was filling a Brock Lesnar.
I'm sure someone's counted it. So,
anyway, back to AEW.
Wild Thing plays. Jon Moxley brings the IWGP World Title out to the ring to cut a promo to start the show. Tells a story about winning one of his first titles 20 years ago and how it's been an uphill battle ever since. He spoke about having heart, working for AEW, and of course brings up Don Callis. Calls Callis a creep.
He's the thumb.
Says he.
You remember the first? Yep. Remember the first Spy Kids?
Spy Kids. Wow, that's a
Spy Kids. This is back '98.
The thumb creatures that were running around kidnapping everybody. That's what Don Callis looks like.
Wow.
2001.
Google that. Google that if you don't know what that is. So anyway, he says that Don Callis, like I said, is a creep. He's feeding his clients lies, and he dares anyone from the group to come find him. And then he challenges Powerhouse Hobbs to a match. Pretty good promo. Powerhouse Hobbs. Come on.
I'm kidding.
Jesus Christ.
Come on. They're trying to build some story here.
Trying.
I think it was a good promo. It helped open the show with a little bit of energy. Mox, he's pretty beloved by AEW fans. What'd you guys think of Jon Mox coming out with the IWGP title and challenging Powerhouse Hobbs of all people to a match?
Now, did Hobbs deserve it? Like, is he on a win streak? Like, what? Why did he challenge Hobbs? Cross, you're the resident AEW guru.
He wanted to challenge the biggest person in the party, which was Hobbs. It wasn't about whether or not Hobbs deserved it. He just wanted to prove he was tough and challenge Hobbs.
And it looks like that match is official for next week, by the way. And it looks like it's actually going to be for the IWGP Championship. Believe it or not.
You know Hobbs isn't going to win.
Already one more defense.
That would be tough. Then after the Jon Moxley promo, we got a quick backstage promo from Mercedes Moné, who is not going to be wrestling at Dynasty, surprisingly. I thought she would have been, but...
She's injured.
Yeah. Yes, she's getting a paycheck.
It looks like she cuts a backstage promo about being attacked in the dark, and then once again for the 17th promo in a row puts the entire women's division on notice. Quotation marks for
do that a lot.
Our audio audience.
What I find interesting about the whole thing is that they brought in Deonna Purrazzo, and she was thrown directly into the main event of the women's scene. And you have a megastar like Mercedes, and she's thrown into the mid-card title scene.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me either. Again, another Tony Khan.
Conism. A Tony Khanism.
Another Tony Khan production, bro. What do you... He's like DJ Khaled at this point. Another wasted talent. He's another one. You know what I mean? Then Adam Copeland comes to the ring. We see a backstage shot of Willow Nightingale being looked at after she apparently was attacked. Then Adam Copeland's in the ring, and the lights go out, and it looks like we're getting the start of, the continuation of, obviously, the feud that's going to culminate at Dynasty as Brody King from the House of Black attacks Copeland from behind. Julia Hart watches on with a smile as Brody King decimates Adam Copeland in the ring. And then they actually start a match after being attacked, which usually wouldn't happen. Would probably lead to some
usually they would just cut it, like disqualification or like ring the bell.
Yeah, let's have a match while one guy already got beat up. Why not? Match ended up starting with Copeland already hurt, and we returned right as he was beginning to show some life. The Rated R Superstar gets a little momentum with a series of clotheslines, and then he signals for the spear, but King turns him inside out with a lariat. Very nice lariat. Go watch it on YouTube if you haven't already. Willow eventually makes it to ringside, makes a hot tag before taking King down with a crossbody and a cannonball. What? This was a tag match, I guess? It was a mixed tag match. It was supposed to be a mixed tag
makes
match.
sense.
Then
it's a disaster. That's what it actually is.
Hart knocks her out with a chair and gets the win with the signature submission when the refs realized Willow was knocked out. Save was predictable. Finish was a good way to protect Hart. Set up Nightingale as an underdog despite her power advantage. I guess that's another thing that's going to happen. It's going to be Julia versus Willow at Dynasty for the TBS Championship. So a couple of different matches here being pushed along for the go-home show of Dynasty. Hart and King get the W. Decent mixed tag match. And again, they're pushing so many different storylines here with this opening bout. What do you guys think about what's going on here with all this stuff?
I honestly have not been able to keep up with that storyline.
Yeah. So House of Black. I'm gonna be
dead honest with it.
I mean, I love the House of Black. I love the storyline with Willow Nightingale and Julia Hart because this storyline has actually been going on for months at this time.
Yeah.
But I think with the introduction of Mercedes into the mix, it's going to start throwing people off on which way to go. Because, again, Mercedes is the megastar.
Right.
And these two are relatively unknowns compared to her. So,
I think from week to week, I think we talked about it last week too, Julia Hart started to impress me a little bit more.
She's been getting a lot beher since the days of the Varsity Blondes.
Yeah, she's getting a lot better, and I think that she could actually do some stuff with it. Let's see if they use her properly. Next up, we had the EVPs with Okada to take on Penta, Cero Miedo with Pac and Daniel Garcia in a trios bout. The Elite pick up the win here in 12 minutes in a pretty crazy match.
Any match with Pac is a good match.
I was going to say any match with Penta is a good match too, but I agree with that.
Yep, lots of back and forth here. Matt and Nick cutting a backstage promo about FTR. Okada then issuing a warning to Pac. So again, more Dynasty matches being hyped here as Okada will take on Pac at Dynasty, and that's for the AEW Continental Championship. Just in case you were missing any titles there that you might have not.
AKA the AEW European Championship.
There you go. So Bucks attack Pac.
The bastard. Just call him the bastard.
The Bucks attacked.
Neville?
I like attacked Pac.
No.
The Bucks attacked Pac from behind while Okada went after Garcia and Penta on the apron, but the bastard quickly recovered and unloaded with some fast kicks. Matt grabs the mic and taunts his opponents during the middle of the match. He slaps Garcia.
That was a funny set right there.
That was pretty good. He slaps Garcia around until he's taken down with a suplex. Pac and Okada finally come face to face and begin just literally beating the crap out of each other with some strikes, which is, probably what everybody's looking forward to on Sundays, for them to just beat the crap out of each other in a one-on-one match.
Good old-fashioned wrestling.
Fun trios with some humor mixed into high-energy action, but pretty predictable. It felt kind of safe in some ways. Obviously, they're pushing everything. It's a go-home show. The Elite win, but they continue to attack everyone after a match with a ladder. Put Garcia inside a ladder for a splash, but Pac saves him. And that was it. The Young Bucks promo was pretty funny against FTR. Obviously, it's good to see Pac back, right? He's had so many different health issues. There's so many reasons that he's
had injuries left and right.
He's had a lot of injuries.
Penta and the Bastard back together again. Ray Phoenix is hurt, right?
Yeah,
I was gonna say, I think he's injured because I haven't seen him.
I think it was his back. Something.
We're gonna have to look into that.
I know he needed surgery for something.
Yeah. So pretty good match. 12. They got 12 minutes to do that, and then we move on to Deonna Purrazzo and Mariah May. But before that, we had a Chris Jericho promo.
Heard about this promo.
So I watched this promo because it came up on my IG feed. And because I don't normally watch AEW promos. I'll just be honest with everybody out there, guys. I'm not an AEW guy. But anyway, somebody needs to get Hook into some type of promo class or like acting class maybe, because like his facial expressions, I don't know. Anyway, Chris Jericho and
hold on. He's a serious Italian from Long Island.
I don't know.
Taz might have to sell his Rolex to get him into acting classes.
For real.
All I know is that he looked like he might have been, I don't know if he was using some type of recreational drugs beforehand, the way his jaw was clenching up.
This was Wednesday, right? Not Sunday.
Well, RVD was backstage on Wednesday. A little pre-420, just saying.
Starting the party here.
So Jericho's getting booed. He tries to talk to Hook about why he should listen to him. Hook's reply, no. That's it. That's all he said. No. Taz tries to calm Jericho down.
No.
Eventually, Jericho shoves Taz, which angers Hook. Hook grabs him to the corner, said he would show him how good he is anytime before ordering him to get out of his ring. And then they added a match. This was.
Is this going to pull Taz out of retirement?
No, I think this is the perfect opportunity to take the FTW belt off of Hook, have Jericho destroy it, and get rid of it so that Hook can move on to something else.
Yeah.
I can see that. I
mean, the strap's not even orange in the back anymore.
Yeah.
Retire the damn belt.
Listen, the match was added to Dynasty. It's gonna be Hook. It's gonna be Hook versus Jericho for the FTR Championship.
FTW.
And, sorry, I say FTR all the time. FTW. I would say most of this segment was rough, but the final minute was good enough to, I guess, keep some people invested in what's.
Sounds like most of Wednesday night was rough.
Yeah, and then we get, like I said, Deonna Purrazzo coming out versus Mariah May, gets the dub.
Except for that one, though.
Over Mariah May, 8 minutes. Tony Storm and Luther accompanied May to the ring. Obviously, Tony Storm versus Thunder Rosa on Sunday for the AEW Women's World Championship. So May versus Purrazzo. Purrazzo quickly got the upper hand. This was clearly a match to enhance Purrazzo before the title match, or whatever comes next for Purrazzo. Other than that, not a lot to talk about. I would say when your first two matches start with absolute mayhem, it's going to be hard for
the rest of the night to play through.
Right. I would say some hard hits here, but nothing too crazy. There was a little bit of a botch city with May's powerbomb counter towards the end of the match, but aside from that one clear botcharuski, they did some decent work. Purrazzo won, and Rosa made the save after Storm and May continued to attack her, obviously pushing the storyline further. And then we get Orange Cassidy versus Shane Taylor in a I don't know. Talk to me about Orange Cassidy right now. I feel like
Cross, it's all you.
I feel like his gimmick is getting stale. What do you think?
It is getting stale. That's why his match is actually relegated to the pre-show for tonight.
Oh,
he's not even on the main card.
Yeah.
I like the gimmick, but I would rather they expand on it more with this whole feud with Trent.
Trent?
Question mark.
I mean, he still picks up the dub here, but usual.
I don't want Shane Taylor to beat him. I want to see Orange Cassidy go on a losing streak and then reinvent himself.
Yeah, he definitely needs to. Yeah. He's been running this gimmick for how many years now?
About 10.
It's pretty boring, when he just does the same thing. He's just
even Sting has reinvented himself a couple of times in 10 years.
When he wrestles with his hands in his pocket now, it's like it just gets. Maybe if he turned heel, maybe I don't know. We'll see. Cassidy takes the dub in a pretty forgetful match. Then we had our main event of the evening: Will Ospreay versus Claudio Castagnoli. This was a good match.
Claudio.
That was a very good match.
That's good. Yeah, it was phenomenal. Both superstars. Claudio's
highly competitive.
Watch your mouth.
What? Megastars.
Professional wrestlers.
Will Ospreay is a professional wrestler. He is not a superstar.
Whoa. I'm talking as in worldwide stardom.
He's a wrestling superstar. Yeah. He's not a superstar.
You said superstar. You just said it.
It's a difference. Wrestling superstar. Professional wrestler.
Regardless.
I've always called it wrestling. I never called it entertainment, all right?
Regardless, it looks like Ospreay is clearly having fun in AEW right now. Incredible exchange between these two. Highly competitive. Even with the big PPV going down this Sunday. Ospreay versus Danielson. This match...
that's a match to look forward to.
It never felt like Ospreay was playing it safe here against Claudio, even though he has that big match coming up. But pretty predictable that Ospreay would get the win here. I don't think they would obviously put Claudio over. I don't think anybody's beating Ospreay right now, including Daniel Bryan on Sunday.
They could have ended it in a DQ.
Maybe Daniel Bryan does.
They could have. So they did have at the end Hobbs, Kyle Fletcher, Takeshita, my favorite. Takeshita.
Love Takeshita.
Takeshita comes out. They attack Castagnoli, but Ospreay, doesn't take part in that. And then Moxley comes out, goes right for Powerhouse Hobbs, and then Ospreay yells at the Callis family before storming off, while Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli stand tall in the ring in take us out for the ending of AEW Dynamite. I would say
the parking lot had an easy way to exit. There was no traffic at all on the way out.
That's right. Quick 3,000 people just in and out. No big deal. But a couple of great spots during this match. And yeah, man. Ospreay. If AEW has a future, Ospreay has to be a huge part of it. And that's the bottom line on that.
Well, they said the same thing about Jay White, and look what he's relegated to.
I feel like AEW's got doesn't have enough time, too many superstars, and doesn't have any writers. So they can't evolve and move past to and also their wrestlers just say they just come out and say whatever the hell they want to say. And
it's WCW.
It's exactly. I didn't want to say WCW. It's basically WCW. So we're kind of watching it implode. Do I want it to implode? No. I like competition. Is this even competition? No, but I like having options, Yeah. And it gives people like Adam Copeland more creative control over his character, but he's able to go out the way he wants to, right? Let's be real. In the end, when he's done at AEW, he's going back to WWE, signing a Legends contract, and making random appearances,
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I just wanted more.
All right, and that was our recap of AEW Dynasty. We'll be right back after these short messages with AEW Rampage and Collision. Stick around for more Inside the 20x20 right after this.
The TCR Network presents the Tuesday Night Titans, Twitch's longest running eFed. Come check us out every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. live on Twitch, where we have the hardest hitting eFed of all time. If you want to join in on the action, please check us out at tcrnetwork.co.
And welcome back to Inside the 20x20. Continuing our AEW coverage here. We had a little bit of a special lineup for Saturday. There was no AEW Rampage on Friday night. Instead, we got Collision first and then a special preempted edition of Rampage right after at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. So let's start with AEW Collision. So Sunday, obviously, first ever Dynasty pay-per-view, but before that, the preempted episode of Rampage aired after Collision. Gave us 3 hours of Saturday night grappling. AEW Collision kicked off with a trios match. Copeland, Briscoe, and Kingston versus Top Flight, Action Andretti, and Will Hobbs. This was a fun little warm-up match for a trio match that will take place for Copeland, Kingston, and Briscoe this Sunday at Dynasty versus House of Black. This was pretty much a squash match. Nothing too crazy here. What'd you guys think? Did you guys get a chance to see this? It was not a very long match at all, considering the fact that it was a trios match. Only 12 minutes, everybody getting in some of their spots, but some comedy with the Karate Kid pose with Action Andretti. But pretty straightforward. What do you guys think? Any thoughts?
Yeah, it was an okay match. I mean, I like Top Flight and Action Andretti.
Yeah.
I think they were wasted on this match, considering that you have 3 champions versus, probably one of the best trios teams.
Yeah.
In the industry.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough.
I just wish they should have probably just put them up against some jobbers just to get them over.
Yeah, that's an uphill battle.
Just to make it quick.
Yeah.
Just like they did with Powerhouse in the following match. That match was 2 seconds.
You got the roster for it.
Yeah, not very good there at all. Then we had Powerhouse Hobbs come out and squash local talent CJ Esparza, 1 minute and 18 seconds. Not even worth talking much there. Big man took his time before applying the torture rack for the win. Quick side note on that, he did reach out to Lex Luger to ask for permission to use the torture rack. Not sure if you guys were aware of that, but Lex Luger was talking about that on his podcast recently.
I actually was going to ask, did he have permission to use it? But then I was thinking, does Luger own, maybe he owns the phrase torture rack, but he doesn't own the move.
No.
I guess out of respect, though.
He wouldn't even know the name.
Out of respect. That's all it was.
It's a respect thing, yeah.
Then we had a tag team match. The Guns with Jay White defeated the Acclaimed. 10-minute match.
The Acclaim, though.
Talk to me.
I'm straight up interrupting. The Acclaim, though, coming out with the heat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but whenever they come out, though, it's just what I would like AEW to do is try to pick up Enzo, and either get Enzo as part of the Acclaimed or have them battle it out. Because they are so good they are really, really good on the mic. Yeah. Fantastic on them.
It's not even they, it's Max. Max is very good on the mic.
But they both get credit for it because it's the Acclaimed.
Yeah, but still. That's like saying Big Cass would get some of the, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have a mouthpiece and then you got the power.
Yeah, it was a good rap though. Caster made it was a good rap.
It was taking a dig at OJ though.
Yeah,
that was too soon. That was too soon.
I don't think.
Once he dropped the cancer thing, I was like, oh, that was good though. Yeah, that was good.
We also did see a taped apology from Chris Jericho to Taz and Hook. And that's when they made the match official for the FTW Championship on Sunday. Then next match was a bunkhouse brawl match with the Blackpool Combat Club versus the Callis family. It was our boy Bryan Danielson and Claudio Castagnoli defeating Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher in a 16-minute match.
Good old Kyle.
Danielson and Ospreay had a brief little exchange backstage. Ospreay tried to say he had nothing to do with the Callis family attacking the Blackpool Combat Club on Dynamite, but Danielson not buying it. Then we had another quick promo from Tony Storm, which is the best thing going in AEW right now.
That is very true. The words out of my mouth.
And yeah, so the match was a pretty unconventional match. Action surprisingly easy to follow. Everyone looked great on offense and defense. It was a bunkhouse brawl. I think everyone lived up to the stipulation and gave the crowd an entertaining performance. Hobbs comes out, attacks Danielson and Castagnoli. Mox runs through the crowd, starts brawling with Hobbs, hyping the Dynamite match for next week. And then the American Dragon picks up the dub.
I hope this is match. The
B+ for
the
that
run.
Match.
Yeah, I hope this is the run for Bryan Danielson.
I think he's taking the L. On
you think he's taking the L?
I think
versus Ospreay. I don't think anybody's beating Ospreay anytime soon.
Oh, didn't he beat Ospreay at Forbidden Door?
Yeah, but that was before all of this.
He signed. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it plays out.
Then we had a women's match.
Tune in next week to find out how it happened.
Yeah, we're gonna give our dynasty predictions coming up here real soon. Just a quick yes or no, who's gonna win predictions. After a promo from Willing Nightingale, we saw Julia Hart accompany Sky Blue to the stage, but not all the way to the ring. This was a 5-minute match. Sky Blue defeating Layla Hirsch. Hirsch has great entrance music. I don't know if you guys have heard.
Legit Layla Hirsch.
Layla Hirsch's entrance
the
music.
most underrated wrestler probably on the women's roster.
Yeah, she kind of botched the suicide dive in this match, so if you haven't seen it, they probably didn't post it on YouTube, but maybe somebody posted it.
Hurts my shoulder thinking about it.
Yeah, she slowed down before getting to the ropes. You could tell she was kind of hesitant. And then there was another botch with a German suplex from the top rope that didn't go quite as planned, but Sky Blue seemed like she was all right afterwards. So couple of things that could use a little bit of cleaning up, but it is what it is. Then your main event of Collision saw FTR, your boy Wheeler, and your boy Harwood, Dax and Cash, and Pac, the bastard, defeat the Elite, Okada, Matt, and Nick Jackson in a 22-minute match. The EVPs get a lot of time on Collision.
That was an okay match.
Both teams getting a fair amount of offense. What do you think? Anybody? Any thoughts on this match? The Elite using Cody Rhodes' old elevator. Kind of funny.
Yeah, I mean, they paid for it. They might as well use it.
Yeah.
True. Might as well.
Somebody might as well.
It's just sitting there. You might as well.
Yeah. Wheeler picking up some Okada bucks and using them to wipe his butt and nose. Pretty funny. Not bad. Pac and FTR triple sliding dropkick. Good spot. Yeah. Okada's chest very red after taking several chops during the match.
Yeah. It was a deep crimson. Like if you hit it one more time, it was just gonna pop.
Pac hits the black arrow for the dub. Daniel Garcia comes out to help when the Elite keep attacking and helped FTR and Pac get the advantage, and they all stood tall at the end of
There's a lot of standing tall.
Collision.
Yeah.
A lot of standing
Good
tall.
movie.
I thought it was Walking Tall. Isn't it Walking Tall?
Oh, it could be.
You're talking about the movie with The Rock, right?
Yeah.
Pretty sure it's Walking Tall.
There's got to be movies standing tall out there, and it's got to be pretty decent, I hope.
Maybe. So that was the end of Collision, and then we go into Rampage, and I wish I was kidding about the name of this first match on Rampage, but I'm not. This was the high-flying 420 elimination four-way match.
You got to be high as a kite.
Rob Van Dam takes the dub versus Cassidy, Commander, and Lee Johnson. 12-minute match. Cassidy eliminates Lee Johnson. Commander eliminates Cassidy. Rob Van Dam eliminates Commander. Crazy.
Rob Van Dam looks pretty damn good, though.
Hey, man, that frog splash.
Not really. He looks pretty old. He looks pretty stiff moving around.
Frog splash still looks good.
Frog splash still looks good. He looks decent.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
Yeah, you try doing that at his age.
Listen, I can't do that at this age.
Yeah, RVD definitely not as spry as he used to be 20 years ago. But
it's because Katie Forbes is keeping him young.
Yeah, and he did it. Listen, he did an admirable job keeping up with three guys that are significantly younger than him. And listen, he gets the dub. Couple of one or two sloppy moments, but he can still go, man. He can still go.
Still got that.
Then we had a women's match. Sakazaki defeats
Yuka Sakazaki, bro, and Emi Sakura.
Yes, those two fought for 9 minutes and 30 seconds.
This was a match that went 5 minutes too long.
Okay.
There was a spot where one would run around the ring, and then the other one would pass them, and then they would run around the ring getting chased by the other person. It was like watching
WCW.
Watching Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
One goes under the ring. Someone else comes out of the other side.
Anyway, Sakazaki takes the dub. I mean, I think that Sakazaki and Takeshita should form a mixed tag team.
No, I liked when Emi Sakura we used to dress up as Freddie Mercury.
Bring it back. Bring it back.
Bring it back.
And then in the main event, if that's what you want to call it, we had
hold on. Wait. Are we going to talk about Ruby Soho?
Oh, yes.
Pregnancy?
I didn't know we were going to talk about. Okay, I thought.
Oh, congrats! Shout out to Ruby Soho.
We can.
And for those of you that don't know, yes, Angelo Parker is her legit baby daddy in real life.
Nice.
There you go. Congratulations to Ruby and Angelo. Just don't use your baby in any angles, all right? We've seen how that's turned out.
I mean, they already did by announcing it on TV.
Once the baby's born.
Even though it was announced weeks ago.
6-man tag match, Kyle O'Reilly. Oh, wait, we can't do that.
O'Reilly Auto
No,
Parts.
we can't. No, we're not sponsored by them.
Sorry.
O'Reilly, Menard, and Rocky Romero pick up the dub against the Undisputed Kingdom composed of Taven, Bennett, and Strong. 12-minute match, pushing that storyline to the brink. What do you guys think?
It was a good match. Love Daddy Magic.
Yeah.
I think he's incredible on the mic. Funny as hell. He is sports entertainment. You know? Kyle O'Reilly, I kind of feel like this angle is not working with him. I think he should have been aligned with Roderick Strong.
Yeah.
You know, and then Roderick Strong turns on him. I feel like they did it a little too soon.
Yep.
But again,
well,
Tony Khan.
There it is.
And his Connorism.
Don't get TK'd. Don't get TK'd.
Good old Khanisms.
So this week's Collision and Rampage double feature, I think, did an okay job of selling most of the feuds for Sunday's Dynasty pay-per-view. But yeah. What do you guys think? We have our pay-per-view, AEW's pay-per-view starting pretty soon here in real time as we record this podcast. Let's just go down the line. I'm not even going to. Let's not even give it any comments. Let's just say who's gonna win. Here we go.
Quick.
Trios match.
Rapid fire.
Copeland, Kingston, and Briscoe versus House of Black. Cross.
House of Black.
Copeland.
I'm gonna go
Copeland and Co.
I'm gonna go House of Black. FTW Championship. Chris Jericho versus Hook.
Jericho.
I'm gonna say Jericho as well. AEW International Championship. Kyle O'Reilly versus Roderick Strong.
Roderick Strong.
I'm gonna go O'Reilly.
I'm gonna say
can't say his name.
I'm gonna say they're gonna give it back to O'Reilly after everything he's been through. This will be a good moment for him. O'Reilly takes it. TBS Championship. Willow Nightingale versus Julia Hart.
I'm going for Julia.
Why not? I'll go Julia too.
I'll go Julia too. AEW Continental Championship. Pac versus Okada.
Okada. Cross?
Okada.
I'm going to say Okada as well, but it's going to be probably the best match of the night.
Yeah, I was going to say it's probably going to take the MVP for the night.
Women's World Championship. AEW Women's World Championship. Toni Storm versus Thunder Rosa. No way Tony loses. Toni Storm.
You don't think Tony's going to lose?
Nah.
I guess I'll go Tony. This Thunder Rosa's comeback, right?
Yeah.
Did she come back from an injury?
She's been in tag matches, but I think this is her first shot at the title back ever since she had to let it go. Yeah. AEW World Tag Team Championship ladder match. Young Bucks versus FTR.
The EVPs. Come on.
Yeah, Young Bucks.
I'm going to say FTR retains, right? They're the current champions? They didn't put a C next to their name. Will Ospreay versus Daniel Bryanson.
Daniel Bryanson.
American
Dragon, baby.
Bryan Danielson.
The American. I always mess that up too. So that's why I didn't even question it. Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon.
The American
baby.
Dragon. What did I say? Daniel Bryanson.
Daniel Bryanson.
Oh, I'm not editing that. I'm still keeping that in.
No, keep that in. Keep that in.
Damn. So
I'm going Daniel. Yes,
I got
yes,
Ospreay.
the yes movement.
You're going.
I'm going.
You're
Yes.
going BD. All right, I'm going.
Yeah.
Ospreay. Cross, you said Ospreay too, right?
Ospreay, yep.
All right. And then for the AEW World Championship, Samoa Joe versus Swerve Strickland.
Joe's holding on to that for a little bit.
I would love for Swerve to win, but I think Joe's going to keep it until MJF is back.
I'm going Swerve. I'm going Swerve on this. It's time for Swerve to take that title, and it's time to move on. It's time for a new era in AEW, and I don't think Joe's gonna take them there.
It's only been 4 months.
Yeah,
I was there when Joe won it.
It's been a boring 4 months.
And you sound like all those Roman fans making fun of Cody right now.
Well, I mean, at least he's defending. He's defended it more. That's for sure.
It's true. He's bringing it around the world. All right, we'll talk about that more in the next segment.
Well, speaking of which, we're gonna take a quick break, and when we come back, we're gonna get into all the WWE action. It is the second week of the new era, the Paul Levesque era, the Triple H era, whatever you want to call it. And when we come back, we're going to dive right into Monday Night Raw. So stay tuned for more Inside the 20x20. Stick around.
The TCR Network presents the Tuesday Night Titans, Twitch's longest running eFed. Come check us out every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. live on Twitch, where we have the hardest hitting eFed of all time. If you want to join in on the action, please check us out at tcrnetwork.co.
The meat.
All right, welcome back to Meat and Potatoes. I mean, inside the 20x20, we're getting into the meat and potatoes now. And guys, another Monday Night Raw in the new era. This one
baby.
Coming to us live from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Home of
more than 3,000
Sami
people.
Zayn. No, yeah, you know what? 12,700 in attendance.
AEW alone.
And unfortunately, Raw kicked off on kind of a sad note. If you guys recall, Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley comes out with a disappointing announcement. She'll be out of action for what she said was, is that a few months on the shelf, if I recall correctly. It seems like there's a AC joint shoulder injury. And of course, Rhea vows to come back for her title and anyone in her path, before suggesting that she would end up in a Montreal prison if Liv Morgan decided to come out and try her. But of course, that brought out Liv Morgan. And then we had some security officers, no doubt future WWE superstars, pro wrestlers, amongst those security guards. It's so funny to see those old videos of like LA Knight as a security guard, or MJF great. Getting pushed around.
Or Braun Strowman as a Rosebud.
But yeah, so this is
MJF getting smacked by Samoa Joe.
Yeah, that was funny. So this is really, really bad news, guys, for the women's division. What are your thoughts on this?
Don't get me started. Go for it, Cross. You can go first because it got me so upset.
So a male can get injured and keep his belt while injured, but probably the most popular superstar on the roster gets injured and she has to drop her belt.
I don't get it.
It's sexist.
Let her build up the storylines. Like I don't want to keep bringing Roman up, but like, Roman took plenty of time off, right? Showed up occasionally. She could build so much story, and then have your match in like 3-4 months.
Yeah,
I'm fine with it. They did it before. Why can't they do it again?
And what the hell is Dominic gonna do without Mommy?
That's another thing. Is this officially the end of the Judgment Day now?
Well, I mean, she has a.
That's what happens when the draft comes up.
Oh, we'll see.
They might send him to SmackDown, and he'll join this dude, Phantasma.
Yeah.
And join his family to continue the Rey Mysterio storyline.
I'm just very upset because Rhea deserved better. She deserved to hold on to it. She put up like banger after banger for 360 some odd days, and I feel like the crowd wouldn't go against her, especially since she was such a great heel.
Yeah,
the crowd wouldn't go against her if she was to retain the title and not show up.
Or have her on TV while she's injured.
Or perfect timing. Introduce a mid-card championship, and boom, have fun with it. Bring up some other superstars.
I mean, NXT doing it with the North American title. Why couldn't they do it with the US or IC?
Bring in another IC belt, for the ladies.
Well, let's see. I mean,
that's just me. You got me heated on this one.
Obviously, we know that Rhea's a star, man, and she proved her ability to carry the entire brand on her back for premium live events. There's a ready-made feud for her when she comes back with Liv. My prediction is that Liv will become the champ around the time that Rhea's set to come back, and they're gonna have a nice long feud.
So she says 4 months. What is that? That's September-ish. It's end of August, September.
Survivor Series-ish.
So or would she push it to Rumble? Come in at 30.
Yeah, come in as a surprise entrance. But do you really want her winning the Rumble again?
Hey, Cody did it.
I don't see why
Cody's
not.
Cody.
Yeah.
Well, guys, it finally happened. Sheamus made his return to Monday Night Raw with his old theme music.
You all right, Oak?
Sorry.
I prefer that music than his other one.
100%.
And I'm not a physical specimen by any stretch of the imagination, but
I can't stand wrestling fans.
You look.
I love them because listening right now.
The internet
is undefeated.
Sheamus had a dad bod, and I loved it.
Exactly. Yes. That's a good way of putting it. Sheamus made all us dad bod guys.
He made us proud.
Yeah.
Look good.
Yeah. And you know what? Another stellar showing by Ivar, who I think has a bright future. He's definitely. I think he has a shot at that NXT North American title, doesn't he? I don't really keep up with NXT a lot, but I know that Ivar's in the mix over there too as well.
I think he's in NXT. I think right now he has a feud with, I can't remember the dude's name.
Yep.
The cowboy looking dude.
Yep. So Sheamus picking up the dub.
Quick thing
hit me
on Ivar. Quick thing on his broad jump.
Yeah.
What is it, like 36 inches?
He's
38 inches
athletic.
For a huge dude like that.
Crazy athletic.
He makes. I feel like I have a chance. I feel like I have a chance.
He's also what, 6'2", 6'3", and you're 5'4", 5'5".
Whoa, 5'7". All right, okay, 5'7". All right, maybe 20 pounds less than the guy, but
it was a great match. It was. I think that Michael Cole even pointed out that the Intercontinental title is the one belt that Sheamus has yet to win in the WWE.
No?
Yes, that is true. They had that gimmick back when him and Drew were going after it with Gunther.
Planting the seed.
I remember that.
Planting the seed of maybe a little Sheamus Sammy, Sheamus Gable, Sammy Sheamus action happening maybe perhaps pretty soon.
Threesome.
Shable.
And then we had what I'm sure was Mike Gambino's favorite part of the night, the introduction of the new
so nice
WWE World Tag Team Championships to The Miz and to R-Truth. R-Truth still...
Finally.
R-Truth killed that segment.
Still not knowing really what's going on. Calling Triple H Tommaso Ciampa.
He's a magician. You ain't fooling me.
If you guys have not seen this promo or this segment, please go to YouTube right now. It's on YouTube. It's on Twitter. Go check this segment out.
I love him.
So funny.
R-Truth is the man. But let me talk about these belts real quick.
Talk about the belts.
They haven't been redone. The tag team titles have been the same. The penny tags, the nickel tags, whatever you want to call them. For well over 10 years. They've been the same. Finally, we got a new introduction, brand new design. One thing I'm not a fan of is the dinner plate. So it's just a circular plate, but it's adding a level of like prestige since it's dual plated. It's got very regal designs on it, like lions and stuff, shields. So it's nice to see a newer, like a modern, like vintage look on a championship belt. So it's got an A+ in my book. Yeah, I can look past the dinner plate once you look at the fine details.
Yes, the fine details make the belts look absolutely beautiful.
Beautiful.
But from afar, they look funky as hell.
Yeah. They're pulling a lot of NXT, the UK Tag Team Championship vibes.
Yeah.
It has a lot of that.
But those both had a lot of things going on at the same time.
Yeah.
Anywho.
And then we had the number one contendership for the WWE World Tag Team Championships in a triple threat match. We had DIY, the Creed brothers.
Regeneration X.
Sorry, Regeneration X, a.k.a. DIY, versus the Creed brothers and the New Day. 11 minutes, and your new number one contenders are Regeneration X getting the dub. Non-stop action, creative spots. I think the right team went over. What say you guys? Did the right team go
I agree. I think Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano should have been tag team champions a long time ago.
I completely agree with him.
I'm tired of the New Day. They haven't brought nothing new to the table, and they're not funny without Big E.
Yeah.
And the Creed brothers, they're still newish. While they did a lot of good things in NXT, I don't think they were main roster ready.
Yep.
I think they were rushed.
Yeah.
And it's definitely showing. I mean, they had a lot of good spots in their matches, but I don't think they're ready for a title shot.
I agree. Gargano and Ciampa are way overdue for titles.
Indeed.
Way overdue.
I agree as well. It'll happen. It'll be a great match regardless. They might want to introduce some type of gimmick into that tag team match at some point.
I mean, it's a good way for them to turn DIY heel. Because Johnny Gargano as a heel is probably some of his best work. Especially Tommaso Ciampa as a heel.
Ciampa as a heel is much better, I think, too, yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of heels, Indy Hartwell has totally embraced the dark side. As she now is teaming with Candice LeRae to take on Maxine Dupree and Ivy Nile. And Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell actually did pick up that win. Short match here. This felt like a let me up, please let me up match. 3 minutes and 35 seconds. I don't know.
Yeah. I like that they're making Candice LeRae a heel, and I love the fact that Indy Hartwell's embracing it. I mean, again, back to the days of NXT, when they were the way,
right?
They had probably one of the best gimmicks on the brand.
Yeah.
With Johnny leading the way, with Austin Theory, all heels.
So it looks like they may be heading back in that direction. Every time I see Hartwell, I just think of where's Dexter? Where's Dexter Loomis?
Good old Dexter.
The guy I think of when I think of her. But anyway. Andrade partners with Rey Mysterio to take on Santos Escobar and Dominic Mysterio at WrestleMania 40, right? Monday night, it was Andrade versus Dirty Dom 1-on-1. Who do you think picks up the win? Did you guys see this match here? Andrade gets the dub over Dom. JD McDonough's out at ringside. And of course, after the resilient Andrade fights back, obviously he had to fight with both Dominic and JD McDonough on the outside.
The LWO shows up.
That's right. Post-match beatdown concludes when Ricochet hits the ring and chases the heels off. What do you guys think? I think there's worse ways that they could use Ricochet and Andrade at this point. Teaming them up to go against the Judgment Day right now.
Match. It was an okay match. Any Dominic match has a good chance of being an F. This one actually was like probably a good C minus.
Andrade was holding him up.
Because Andrade was holding him up.
Yeah.
Canadian Destroyer on the apron from Dominic is one that made a lot of social media highlights. I don't know if you guys saw him.
Yeah,
Canadian Destroyer on Andrade on the apron. Pretty smoothly executed.
Dominic, I think Dominic could have benefited for at least a good year in NXT.
I mean,
he needed more time in the Performance Center, and it still shows that he's very green with a lot of things that he do.
Yeah.
But
you can blame COVID.
He's getting better. He is getting better.
He's got a lot of
right now. Is probably the most hated heel.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's got crazy.
He
definitely is heat.
He's got like he can't even talk on the mic without getting booed out. He's got Vicky Guerrero heat.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, he's got that Vicky Guerrero heat right now. I'm not even like for real.
Oh
man. Tag team match after this, which say her name. It's Chelsea Green. What? How do you pronounce that again? Cross. How do you say her name?
It's Chelsea Green.
There it is. And Piper Niven taking on Katana Chance and Kaden Carter. Casey and Casey. This is just Casey and the Casey.
The Ninja Warrior.
The Ninja Warrior.
She's dope.
She is dope.
I was a fan of her back in American Ninja Warrior.
The match was fine for what it was.
That's basically what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, with Kabuki Warriors holding the titles,
they got more tag teams than Piper, Niven, and Chelsea, though, right? Like that's the second week in a row that they've come out.
I think Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair are going to be a tag team, and they're just gonna. They're gonna.
I mean, it'll help. It'll help Jade get
it's
better.
Just a matter of time, and she could hold the title, and she could be with Bianca and learn from Bianca too.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
That's gonna be a wrap as soon as they introduce them as a tag team. It's over. They're just gonna go and squash everybody.
One turns on the other. Then they're fighting at WrestleMania.
Yep. And then we had our new undisputed WWE champion. No more Universal.
Very true. They dropped that Universal.
Undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes comes in to a deafening ovation. And again, still talking about WrestleMania 40. Said that
it's his tour.
Said that
it's the champion's tour.
He said that he forgot to mention someone very important and started thanking the MVP of WrestleMania, Seth Rollins.
Very true.
Giving him his flowers finally.
Speaking of which,
go ahead.
Did you see the fan footage of the way Seth Rollins' knee just bent?
Yeah, when he got punched by Roman.
Yeah.
He had a torn meniscus.
Roman punched him so hard, his knee went that way.
Yeah, but his knee was already trashed. That's why they had to that was a shoot that his knee was busted the whole time. Both nights. So that means that 45-minute match against The Rock, his knee was busted that whole time. And then the match against Drew, his knee was busted the whole time. So I got to go back.
And it was a good match.
Knowing that now, I got to go back and watch it again. And
yeah.
Yeah.
What kills me is so they did drop Universal, but if you go to WWE.com and you look up the Universal title, it still says Cody Rhodes is champion, which means he retired the title if the title is retired. Just saying. I'm not sure what they're going to go with.
They just dropped the name.
Yeah. But did you recently hear what Cody Rhodes said? He said, I didn't go to Hollywood. Hollywood came to me. Someone by the name of Dwayne is obsessed with me.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, during this promo, he said that he feels the final boss has more than one match left in him, continuing to tease the idea of the two of them battling in the future. And then he started questioning and started talking about the bloodline. Question: Who really called for Tama Tonga to attack Jimmy Uso on SmackDown if Roman Reigns wasn't the one to do it?
Solo did.
Now hold on. Now hold on. Tinfoil hat moment.
Here we go.
Tinfoil hat moment. What if? Since it was Bloodline rules and Roman was the chief and Roman lost to Cody, does that make Cody the new chief? I'm just saying, throwing it out there. And now Cody's running the show, but we really don't know. It's creative genius.
You're thinking it's one of these moments.
Yeah, man, it could be. It could be. We don't know. We don't know what Triple H is going to do. It was me, Austin. It was me all the time.
That would be a good swerve. That would be a good swerve.
It was me, Roman. It was me all the time, the whole time.
Wow. Well, then the American Nightmare calls out another person that helped him at WrestleMania. Main event, Jey Uso. He says, I'll get your back tonight. I know you got Finn Balor. I know how the Judgment Day works. Strength in numbers. I got your back tonight. Uso says, I need to do this myself. I got this. And then Cody says another dad joke.
I'm loving the dad jokes. I'm feeling them. I'm feeling the dad jokes.
Until we...
Dad bods and fat jokes and dad jokes.
Until we yeet again, I believe was the line.
Yes.
Until we eat again. So there you have it. Not a lot of news in this promo other than, you know, the talking about The Rock continues. When we cover SmackDown, we're going to talk about who the new number one contender is for that WWE Undisputed Championship.
Bring it back.
But yeah, I mean, Cody keeps getting otherworldly pops everywhere he goes. Talking about how The Rock has more than one more match. Until we eat again. Pretty good promo.
Yes.
I'll give it an A.
Yeah, listen. Yeah, Cody is doing the best he can with what he has. You know, a lot of people, I see a lot of the IWC out there saying he's boring. But we know who's saying it and pushing those, right? It's the guys that, you know, still want Roman to be champion. Those are the people that are pushing that whole narrative because his merch sales are crazy high. Shaboom, boom, boom, boom.
All right. So then obviously Cody leaves the ring and Jey Uso versus Finn Balor happens. Jey Uso picking up the dub here in preparation.
Until we eat again.
Until we eat again. Picking up the dub here against Finn. Jey Uso versus Damian Priest for the World Heavyweight Championship at Backlash. What are the chances you give Jey Uso to get that title win at Backlash versus Damian Priest in Damian Priest's first title defense?
You almost made me spill my water saying Jey Uso beating Damian Priest. It's not gonna happen, bro.
Oh, here we go.
It's not.
He's one of me. He's one of mine.
What's the
so
percentage?
What's
the percentage?
2% chance that he beats Damian Priest at Backlash.
Come on. It's going to be a little bit, it's at least double digits.
25.
2.
25%.
Fine. You want double digits?
10.
-2. How's that?
No.
I'm going to say, just to get under Cross's skin, I'm going to say a good, 87% chance.
87 is a lot.
87. Hey, listen, usually the odds are stacked against me anyway, so
that's going to be tough.
To make me lose.
That's going to be tough. I don't think that like I said,
they're not going to take the title off.
Yeah.
Damien yet.
But there's going to be shenanigans.
Of course.
He's not going to pin him clean because I think that other than Cody and LA Knight, Jey Uso is the third most popular babyface on the roster right now compared to anyone else. So
yes.
Very true.
I think he's bulletproof as far as if he can, even if he takes a dirty pin, it's not gonna lower his popularity at all. So, yeah.
Ooh, but what if Jimmy comes out to try to help his brother and ends up screwing him?
Oh, start that. God. I don't want to see
I don't
want to see another Jimmy J match.
No. But this time it'll be a road to redemption because now Solo and Tama turned on Jimmy. So Jimmy needs his brother back.
And Jimmy's like, I don't know what to do with myself.
I need a daddy.
No.
GDP's just like, no. We're not doing
Uso defeats Balor. So is Balor now? I know that we talk a lot about AEW dropping the ball with their talent, so we also have to talk about when WWE drops the ball.
And they do.
And I think with Finn,
they do a lot.
They're dropping the ball with Finn big time here. He's just becoming an afterthought.
That's been many years in the making.
So if Judgment Day does disband, he should just come back as the Demon, right? Bring the Demon back.
I mean, they have to get us there. They just can't have him reintroduce it.
Come back as a Demon.
Well, let's see.
As part of
if the rumors are true and Uncle Howdy does come back.
Right.
And Uncle Howdy's gonna need a band of brothers.
That's what I was gonna say.
He can kidnap Finn and turn him into the Demon.
Bring the Demon.
Just like he can re-corrupt Alexa Bliss.
Yep. Bring the Demon out of him. Interesting.
Ooh, that would be good. That would be really good.
That brings us to...
I'm actually really excited for Uncle Howdy.
They keep teasing it everywhere. They keep teasing it every Monday night.
We got to slide in one of our QR codes instead of like an Uncle Howdy. Like somehow get it in there. Just to...
That would be crazy.
I think a television station is a federal offense, bro.
Yeah. Then we saw a new production technique where Jay walks out of the ring, walks outside of the arena where Sami Zayn is standing there looking up at the arena. They have a really cool interaction there.
Yeah.
And they start following Sami in to the arena.
All one shot.
One shot. No cuts. And then they follow Sami right into the arena. His music hits. The crowd goes crazy. Hometown kid back.
So good.
Thoughts on that intro?
Whoever is in charge of production right now, or whoever's ever idea that was, give him a raise because that was perfect. That was really good.
Yep, I totally agree. His name is Lee Fitting. That it used to be Kevin Dunn. I don't know if those names are familiar to you guys. Kevin Dunn was the production guy on the Vince for a really long time. I think Kevin Dunn also did the first Tough Enough or produced Tough Enough.
Yes.
I know Kevin Dunn.
So now
I'm not familiar with Lee yet.
So Lee Fitting is the new guy that Triple H has in charge of all those new production things, including the stages and how the sets are now and so on and so forth. But amazing, cool, continuous one shot, and then it was Sami versus Chad Gable in an incredible match. Really great back and forth spots. Sami, of course, in front of his hometown. That was super hot. The crowds in Canada are always really, really hot.
Really good, yeah. They pop.
I kind of felt like the heel turn was gonna come in the ring, but it didn't. And then when it didn't happen in the ring, I was like, maybe not tonight. But
misdirection.
But then something really incredible happens where
please tell us more.
Sami Zayn is on the outside of the ring and he's hugging on his family, and he gets to his wife and embraces his wife, and all of a sudden Chad Gable from behind with a vicious German suplex on the outside, and then proceeds to beat the holy hell out of Sami Zayn in Montreal.
That's right. Shorty G is back.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
And there it is, the heel turn from Gable that we were all waiting for. Felt like.
So then, what the hell happened with the Alpha Academy?
I don't know, but I saw
Otis and Jay are gonna tag team.
I saw Tozawa with a tweet.
Imagine.
I saw Tozawa put out a tweet saying, "I trust my coach." So maybe it's a thing where they all go heel with him, and they all start doing heelish things.
I don't see Otis going heel.
I mean, Tozawa, no one really cares about. He's not chasing the 24/7 championship no more. I mean, he does that stupid dance that Xavier Woods tells him he's nasty.
Best title in WWE.
So the heel
is
a dirty spot at the end of when Raw goes off the air. Gable's got him in the ankle lock on the post, looking real gnarly, twisting up the leg, and Raw goes off the air just like that. And of course, guys, I don't know. I thought that was a really cool way to end Raw. Continues that storyline, and the Intercontinental title getting a boost there, getting that main event. And I think Sammy boosting it up even more with a dub versus Gable. And the return of Sheamus, continuation of key storylines. Unfortunately, obviously, the Rhea Ripley news right at the top of the show kind of puts a damper on everything. But
yeah.
Yep.
Honestly, WWE's on fire and can't miss right now.
Yeah, I think
Raw
can't miss right now.
Shout out, yeah, WWE's on top. Shout out to Cody Rhodes, being the champ and carrying the company.
Yep.
He just put his book back on. Shut up.
Fun to watch, and can't wait for this Monday coming up. Another great Raw, I'm sure,
it's gonna be good.
Is coming up this Monday. But after this short break, guys, we're gonna be back with our coverage of Friday Night SmackDown. It was a great SmackDown. We found out who will be Cody Rhodes' first opponent at Backlash. And if you want to find out, stick around. And we'll be back with some more Inside the 20 by 20 right after this.
All right. The TCR Network presents the Tuesday Night Titans, Twitch's longest running EFED. Come check us out every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. live on Twitch, where we have the hardest hitting EFED of all time. If you want to join in on the action, please check us out at tcrnetwork.co. Another song, 3 songs, all right.
And welcome back to Inside the 20 by 20.
Welcome back, baby.
Friday Night SmackDown emanating from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Attendance 12,787. So Raw and SmackDown both over 12,000 in attendance. Coming to you live and kicking off the show.
From Pittsburgh, right? It was Pittsburgh.
The Steel City.
Pittsburgh.
The Steel City, baby.
We kicked it off with what we were just talking about, guys. The number 1 contenders match to determine who would be Cody Rhodes' first challenger for that WWE Undisputed Championship. So, let's talk Let's talk about the championships.
I feel that WWE is taking some notes from TCR with all these number 1 contender shots. Just saying. That's all. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Tuesday night, check us out.
Tuesday Night Titans.
And TCR Network.
Tuesday Night Titans. Think about it. We had Sailor Mars first.
We did.
And then Sasha showed up at the Rumble.
We did.
In a Sailor Moon outfit.
In the Sailor Moon. You're right. You are right. Yo, listen, we are trendsetters. We were the longest running federation on the internet, Just saying. TCRnetwork.co, baby. All right, so back to it. What were we talking about?
Number 1 contender for Cody Rhodes, WWE.
That's right. I know that we wanted to talk a little bit about Cody Rhodes' title, and we might have not talked about it when we spoke about it on when we talked about Monday Night Raw. But I saw the American Nightmare Winged Eagle model that they have, right?
I know the guy who actually created that one. That you
that
see
one
all
went
over the
viral.
internet right now.
That one went viral.
Yeah. It's JB Toys. He's a good dude. But if they do decide to go Winged Eagle, it's great. I'm all for it. Like we were saying earlier, that is our generation. That's going to be great for us because it's very nostalgic.
Mm-hmm.
It kills me because it's like WWE has so much invested in their network logo titles, even though the network doesn't exist anymore. But like every time a team wins a championship, they hand it to them with their side plates on it, so on and so forth. So it's like they have so much invested in that belt.
But we come from a generation where multiple people had custom titles.
Very true.
I mean, why not reintroduce that with your new, person?
Yeah.
the guy who's running with the company now.
John Cena had the spinner belt.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. They gave The Rock a damn People's Champion custom belt, which should have been the Brahma Bull belt 20 years ago.
Very true.
Because Muhammad Ali's family didn't create that. That was just Triple H trying to say, let me just give The Rock something for showing up.
If you look at the back of that belt, there's a stamp. And the stamp means that it's like a replica title. It's like the stamp on any other belt saying it's WWE shop, yada, yada, yada. Yeah. So you're going to find that belt is going to be in the shop in no time. But I agree, though. I think Cody's going to get his own belt. It's going to be dope. And the best believe I think the missus is listening. I will be pre-ordering it as soon as it drops.
There it is. You heard it here first, folks.
Don't forget, guys, I got a link in bio if you do decide to pre-order any belts.
TCRnetwork.co. TCRnetwork.co. So AJ versus LA Knight. Rematch of WrestleMania 40, obviously. Night 2. On that night, LA Knight was able to get the dub, but on this night, thanks to a thumb to the eye and a phenomenal forearm, it's going to be Cody versus AJ at Backlash. What do you guys think? Cody versus AJ. They got, 2 weeks to build this up? When is the next PA?
Can I just say something?
Go ahead.
I hate the fact that the phenomenal forearm is considered a finishing move now. When that was like a move he did forever to lead into the South Clash. But I just have to throw that out there. Cody's going to win. You have two former leaders of the Bullet Club going head-to-head.
Oh, yeah.
Again, we're still too early to take belts off champions.
Yeah.
If this was like a SummerSlam or Survivor Series, then the possibility of them losing the belt may go up. But right now, it's still fresh. So,
what I'm gonna say is Cody and AJ. Though we're gonna see a side of AJ. I think Cody's very comfortable with doing things that we haven't seen on WWE TV in a while. For example, with The Rock bleeding and all that other stuff. I feel like we're going to see an insane match. It's going to pull out AJ. It's going to pull out like OG AJ Styles, like a not this confined AJ we've had for years. It's going to be, I think it's going to be a 5-star match easily.
I agree.
And of course, Cody coming out on top, obviously. But
yeah, I totally agree. I don't see Cody getting beat, but it's going to be a great match and definitely main event worthy for the first PLE from France. I think it's going to be huge. It's going to make.
That means we got to get up early.
Oh, you don't got it. You just watch the replay whenever you want.
We don't do that. We don't do that. We watch it.
Let's
the time.
Yeah. Well, we got to talk about the logistics of all that and see what day it actually shows. Because then we see a little Solo Sikoa action. Solo rocking the new suit with the gold chain, looking good.
So weird to look at him in his suit though, because you've seen him in like.
Looks like he put the soul glow on his hair.
He's the Don now. He's the Don of the tribe.
So they're asking Paul Heyman to bring them to Kevin Owens. All right, that was.
I'm waiting for them to take. I'm waiting for them to turn on.
Oh yeah,
Heyman. It's gonna happen.
Back in the ring, Nick Aldis is there to present the new belts. Another great addition to the collection pretty soon for Mike Gambino.
Yes, let's talk about him.
Let's talk about those new WWE Tag Team Championships.
Now, Cross, you can go first.
No, I'm just gonna say those belts. Because of the resemblance to the 90s style tag team, which is right next to Mr. Gambino, right over his left shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And I got another one over here.
Check it out on YouTube. Check it out on YouTube. Or go to TCR.com.
Yes. Oh,
or check out Tuesday Night Titans on Twitch.
More to this generation, or our generation, than the current generation, because we see the history in those belts.
Oh, yeah. True. Yeah, it reminds us of a better time, a simpler time.
Now, with that, did you realize there's not one stone on those belts And it's the first time in years that a brand new title has been introduced that has 5 plates.
Interesting. I did not know that.
It's literally it. Well,
don't the Raw tag belts have 5 plates?
I'm saying out of the new belts that have been introduced, the old penny tags, yeah, they did have. I mean, the penny tags and the nickel tags did have 5 plates, but when those were introduced, were what? How many years ago? And every belt since then has been a 3-plater or a 4-plater. No, 3-plater. And the bars don't count, but this one's actually a 5-plater, which is insane. So you get your bang for your buck when you buy a replica. I'm just saying.
There you have it, folks.
Link in bio.
Then we had the WWE Tag Team Title #1 contendership Fatal 4-Way match where the Street Profits came out on top over AOP, Tokar and Razor. I mean, Akam and Rezar. Legado del Fantasma and New Catch Republic, unfortunately, taking another another L, I should say.
Now,
Street Profits versus Austin Theory and Waller.
Street Profits deserve it. It's been overdue.
They got a
but
job though.
All right, yeah, I was gonna say, are Waller and Theory gonna be transitional champs? One title's got to change hands, right? Like
I can see them. I can see them losing to Street Profits.
Not necessarily.
I can see them losing to Street Profits. Montez Ford has been putting in work for WWE behind the scenes and doing a lot of other things. Yeah. And I think that he's long overdue for a chip. So we'll see. I mean, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller, not really a tag team. I think Grayson Waller, if he's going to do anything, he needs to get away from Austin Theory, and same for Austin Theory. They're not tag team. I mean, they're not tag team wrestlers.
Those are the annoying best friends that everyone hates.
Yo, but also in this segment when Triple H introduced the titles, like the transition from them being awkward and like kind of making fun of Triple H to Triple H introducing the belt, it didn't go like it wasn't a smooth cut.
Yeah.
And I just remember sitting there watching it on TV, and I'm like, that was kind of a rough transition into, well, in that case, here are your titles. You know, like
it didn't go over well at all.
A little bit better.
It didn't go over well. It was very.
I'm waiting for the day that Nick Aldis just slaps somebody.
Yeah, it feels like it's gonna happen with the Bloodline. Speaking of which, Solo comes out with Heyman to the ring for a promo. And Solo comes out, grabs the mic, and starts cutting a promo, guys. Really speaking eloquently about needing to lose a brother in order to find a new one.
It's MFT.
And it's like his legit brother too.
And then we see Tama brings out a bloody Kevin Owens to the ring.
Whoa, and that was blood.
That was bloody. Gash. Yep. What did you guys think?
I think it was an intentional bloody spot.
Yeah.
Unintentional.
So what did you guys think about this? Pretty insane segment. How does Kevin Owens factor into?
It's very 90s.
Why
attitude?
Why attack Kevin Owens? I guess is my question. That's where I don't get.
To get to Sammy, maybe.
But why would they get to Sammy?
Why would they want Sammy? They want Cody. They would want Cody.
I think it was something like Kevin Owens said last week, but I honestly don't remember.
I think this would have had more impact if John Cena would have been the one that comes out all bloodied and fucked up, and that's how they write him off.
You're allowed one, right?
Yeah, we're good. And that's how they write off John Cena for a while until SummerSlam.
That makes sense because they have history, so on and so forth. I'm not sure how the KO plays into it, but
I think it makes more sense.
I guess to make an example out of a big name.
But I guess Kevin Owens was the last one. I don't know. I have no idea. But that happens, and then Sikoa and Tonga do what we like to do the best at the end of a segment. Stand tall. They stand tall. And that's it. And then
Hashtag Stancil.
we had a little help me, let me, I need to go to the bathroom match with Santos Escobar defeating Carlito. 7 minutes. Not a lot of things happening here.
Yeah. I'm getting very pissed off that they keep squashing the LWO.
Yeah, it's pretty. At this point, it's not looking good. I don't. These guys are stuck in the mid card, and they don't know what to do with them. Again, we have to point out where WWE drops the ball, and I think they're dropping the ball with these guys. They need to introduce some type of cruiserweight championship where these guys can all fight it out. Like some type of X division title, kind of like how TNA has, where the high flyers
something like entry-ish level, below the IC, below the US,
something for them.
Bring back the light heavyweight.
Was it light heavyweight?
Yeah, but Andrade is not a light heavyweight.
Yeah, I was gonna say that
not a cruiserweight either.
So right there's light heavyweight.
But that's why I said an X division title, where it's more like for high flyers, for risk takers, for people that lucha libre. Cruiserweights, whatever you want, to make that the secondary title.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to have that. Yeah, cruiserweight, light heavyweight.
Right.
It's attached. It's hard to have that name attached to the belt because then you got Rey Mysterio saying, "Hey, I want a heavyweight championship shot." I still got one more in me.
They have that speed title now, right? Like they added that speed title, which I did not catch that this week. I always forget to try to check it out, but
we gotta do take a line before you go out.
I don't do X.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, get online before you go out and wrestle. You know.
Then we had our main event. It was Bayley taking on Naomi.
Best friends going at it.
Before the main event, Damage Control, Bianca Belair, and Jade Cargill showed in neighboring skyboxes. So there it is. Jade and Bianca confirmed to be a tag team. And I believe they're going to be calling them the Storm. The Storm is
so.
Well, Jade is the Storm.
I think they're.
I'm tired of the skybox stuff. Sorry, I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Empty skyboxes.
Yeah,
that doesn't make sense.
In the locker room.
Yeah, I'm tired of the empty skybox thing. Okay, Roman did it, and that was dope at the Royal Rumble. Like when he did it at the Rumble, and Cody got to stare him down and point at him and do that whole bit. That was great because we've never seen it before that point.
So solid match from start to finish, but I mean, obviously, we kind of figured there would be either shenanigans or a clean win for Bayley over Naomi, but shenanigans wins the day once again as it's Tiffy time. Ooh. Tiffany Stratton comes out and causes a no contest finish by attacking both Bayley and Naomi. I think we're heading towards a Naomi versus Tiffy, or I know Tiffy for sure is going to get a title shot soon versus Bayley.
Yeah,
that's coming at some point. So, what we saw was the
fact that they gave Tiffany Stratton a personality and not that daddy girl's gimmick.
Yeah, I think what we saw was good, but there's more. There's more to come there. It's going to be better. It's going to get better. So. What do you guys think of the show overall? I mean, obviously the Bloodline stuff, awesome. We also saw, I believe, Nick Aldis at the end of the show. That might have been an online exclusive where he takes Paul Heyman out to the parking lot where the cars.
Yeah, because it's shut out right after the match. Yeah. But that gave me some attitude.
That was Attitude Era.
They showed it on TV after they came back to the commercial. Yeah,
it might have been.
I might have
told Heyman that he better fix this, or he's not the only one, and blah 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 blah.
I might have missed cars. My recap. So there was Tama Tonga's rental driven into Kevin Owens' rental. Pretty bad car wreck.
Very Stone Cold-esque.
Very, very Attitude Era.
Very Attitude Era.
Late 90s Vince McMahon versus Stone Cold.
As long as we don't have any limos blowing up, we're good.
Oh boy, yeah, let's hope not.
I'm excited to see where Trips is bringing the era into. Mm-hmm. He's got nothing but a good run, and hey, listen, he was at the helm of DX during the craziest times, so he's still got that in him.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I think he's the perfect person we need.
We got new number one contenders for Cody Rhodes and for Waller and Theory. So Cody versus AJ, Waller and Theory are going to go head-to-head against the Street Profits. Solo Sikoa cementing his place as the Bloodline's new leader for the meantime. And I think Tiffy Time threw herself into the title scene right there at the end. So I think that they moved along. I'm going to give that SmackDown a B overall. What say you? Quick grade, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z.
I would have given it a good B plus, A minus.
Ooh.
Yep.
A minus.
Cody promo was tight.
Yeah.
Cody promo was
tight. It was pretty good overall. I think it actually beat our Raw. But
all right.
It was lacking in certain areas, but
there it is.
You know, every show lacks in certain areas.
I guess I'll go B. I didn't want to be too critical, but 2 new titles, the new championship belt, kind of like.
Yeah, that put it over the top for me.
That put it over for me. Yeah,
and you had that on both Raw and SmackDown, so it was a good week.
Yeah, it was definitely a good week for one of my for me.
Definitely a great week. Well, we'll be right back with some final thoughts for the week. Right after this, stay tuned for more Inside the 20 by 20.
20 by 20. All right. The TCR Network presents the Tuesday Night Titans, Twitch's longest running eFed. Come check us out every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. live on Twitch, where we have the hardest hitting eFed of all time. If you want to join in on the action, please check us out at tcrnetwork.co.
All right, everybody, we are back with some final thoughts here on Inside the 20 by 20. Another great week in wrestling, gentlemen. This is the time to reflect on that. And what else you got? Anything else going on? Anything else cooking before we say goodbye to these lovely people listening?
I got one quick thing to add to this week's show. April is Testicular Cancer Awareness Month, and myself, I am a survivor of that. I've been 1 year clean. Actually, this past on the 19th of this month, 2 days ago, and I feel like I should be giving to the community. So I'm raising money for Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Research Hospital, which saved my life. And with every $5 donated, you will be added into a WrestleMania 40 Famation giveaway. We have a chalkline jacket, brand new, size extra large. Every $5 donated to the cause will get you entered into the raffle. First week of May, we will do the raffle. We'll do the giveaway, and we'll see who the win.
There it is, guys. So make sure where can they go to donate in order to enter the sweepstakes for the jacket?
So everything is through Tiltify. So every dollar donated goes directly to MSK, Memorial Sloan Kettering. No dollar comes to me at all. Goes directly to them. The link is in my Instagram profile, and also it will be in the tcrnetwork.co.
So tcrnetwork.co, or go to that.belt.guy on Instagram. Go to the link in the bio. Donate, and you might win this spiffy looking jacket. I'm sure you have some posts of the jacket on your Instagram that people can see. It's awesome. I can see it right now. It looks official. So go check that out. Definitely go and follow Inside the 20 by 20 on all social media platforms. And we are now live on Apple Podcasts. We're live on Spotify. Check us out on X at Inside the 20x20, on Instagram Inside the 20x20, and on TikTok Inside the 20x20. That's Inside the 20 by 20, guys. And of course, our YouTube page at Inside the 20 by 20. We post our video recordings of all these shenanigans here.
Get to see our face.
You get to see, yes, you get to see our handsome faces every Monday or Tuesday, depending on when we can edit the videos down. However, every Monday you can expect a brand new episode of Inside the 20 by 20. And I believe that's going to bring this lovely episode of Inside the 20 by 20 out. Episode 2 is in the books. Cross, any last words for the people of Inside the 20 by 20ville?
No.
Okay.
He's a man of few words.
All right,
but don't mess with his AEW.
Don't mess with Cross's AEW.
Enough of a good job screwing up AEW.
Takashita and Sakata and what was the other one? Sakaga. Gambino, any last words?
Nah, I'm good.
All right.
I'll see you next week, baby.
Guys, until we yeet again. See you next week.
Thank you for joining us. New episodes of Inside the 20 by 20 will be posted on YouTube and wherever you listen to podcasts every Monday morning. Inside the 20 by 20 is a GDP production and brought to you by the TCR Network. Go to tcrnetwork.co for more information. For business inquiries, please email inside the 20 by 20 at gmail.com.